It is John Dodson, who is on quite the run right now, man. We're talking about 5 straight wins in the span of like 13 months. I mean, 2 sports star at that. You're getting it done in MMA and bare knuckle. John, it's like a career renaissance for you, man. How do you describe this period of your fighting career?
Man, tell you the truth, is being just active and being happy about fighting again. I want to be more excited about fighting at flyweight than anything else, and doing an MMA and bare knuckle, and maybe potentially boxing. Fingers crossed.
I love it. 3 sports star.
Absolutely, because I'm not trying to go into that slap boxing stuff yet, just yet. But we'll keep my fingers crossed on it. If the day happens that they need somebody to slap box the shit out of somebody in jujitsu, I'm not talking about like power slap. I'm talking about like the combat jujitsu.
Fair enough. Well, we'll see how it all plays out. Well, you said it, man, staying active. And I hear a lot of fighters say, hey, man, I'm going to fight 4 times this year. I'm going to fight 5 times this year. And it never happens. And you're doing it, right? So what is the key to doing this, to staying this active, staying this busy, and being successful with
it? Not being part of the UFC.
Fair.
I mean, did you hear that from the back? I mean, just a side commentary, but they weren't lying. I mean, not being part of the UFC allows me to go ahead and dictate whatever I want to do, and staying active in 2 different sports. Now I get to go ahead and fight in Rizin and MMA, making sure I can solidify that 125 title pretty soon, since Horiguchi's fighting for the belt for Bellator in a Rizin event, which is I've been pissed about because I've been calling Horiguchi out the whole time. I wanted to beat up on this little Japanese man, and now he's fighting somebody else for the fucking title. Besides that, I'm going to go ahead and get a different title on BKFC, and then I'll whoop his ass later.
That is awesome.
That's like frustrating right now.
I can see. Luckily, you let the emotions come out there. Talk to me first, and we'll talk about this title fight. But I did want to ask, I guess, you are balancing 2 sports, right? And I know they're combat sports, they share some things, but with MMA, bare knuckle boxing, do you do any specialized training for the bouts? Like, do you change or modify your approach, or is it just kind of do the same routine no matter which sport you're competing in?
So, kind of the same, but not the same. Like, since it's boxing oriented and bare knuckle, I had to modify my boxing game, and not only that, and change up my Thai clinches. Like, the clinching game is going to be very different because of the fact that it's not a normal boxing match. It still has the same principles of boxing, but with dirty boxing and Thai clinch in that modifications. So I have to go ahead and up my game and understand that a little bit more. So the aspects of it, of angling, hitting, and stuff like that, it's just a little different. So the MMA comes into the part where I get to go ahead and bounce in and out from longer ranges, and to oppose to a lot of my opponents that's already been just boxing their entire career, going to bare knuckle, thinking that's going to be an easy match. They don't know that general range and distance, and I know how to explode very far in very short time within it. I can close the gaps very easily, and not only that, I'm showing how my explosive power is still relevant.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. How about like grappling and wrestling, jiu-jitsu? I mean, are you doing that year round, or do you just kind of cut it off whenever you got a BKFC bout coming up?
To be completely honest with you, we just got done with wrestling class right now. So, we were wrestling for about 90 minutes right now. So can't lie, I'm still wrestling, doing jiu-jitsu, ground and pound, kickboxing, MMA rounds, all for it. Like, it's not just making sure that I can go ahead and do more stylistically of doing bare knuckle boxing and boxing general. I can hit mitts. I'm about ready to go hit mitts right now in like an hour or so. But like, literally, I'm just staying active, making sure I can still stay sharp in all aspects of my fighting game. Not just the general game that I'm already doing, like the one mindset, thinking I'm gonna be the dominant flyweight bare knuckle champion. No, I'm gonna go out there and be the best fighter I can be. And I want everybody to realize I'm still that monster of a fighter who wants to go out there and kill everybody with a single touch. I want to have that doom muck every time my name gets put out there. Like, oh, John, yeah, is the name now is from the magician to the doom muck. They're like, why? Because you never know when you're gonna die. But as soon as he touches you, you're dead.
I love it. He's bringing that death touch in there. Well, you will be back in action, as you mentioned, August 11th. It's BKFC 48. It's Albuquerque, New Mexico. Flyweight belt is on the line. So, man, talk to me about this, because it's an opportunity to not only fight for a championship, but it's also a chance to do it at home. I gotta imagine. I mean, this is a pretty special moment for you.
Of course, it's gonna be something special because I've been talking to you for so long, and I haven't been a champion. And this is the time I get a title. Yes, you have no idea. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and do this at home. Do me doing as many flips as possible, and not only that, I'm gonna knock this dude out. Like I told you, I've been willing to sacrifice my hands to secure all these victories, and I've been not sitting there like holding back. Ryan Benoit, I hit that dude with 72 punches in 42 seconds. Like, come on. How many more punches do I need to go ahead and prove to you guys that I'm going to sit there and just knock you out with everything I got? And I don't care how long it goes. I don't care if it's going to be first round, second round, fifth round, that imaginary sixth round that they magically pop out once in a while for special occasions. I will go out there and dominate from bell to bell. When he gets up off the canvas and tries to do it, take a deep breath, I'm going to hit him again. And when he tries to clinch with me and cuddle with me, I'm going to continuously hit him over and over and over and over and over and over until he wants to let go. The ref's not going to need to stop us because I guarantee you, by the time he gets over there, he's going to pick that dude up off the canvas.
Well, I love it. Well, that's a heck of a prediction there. I guess, do you think J.R. Ridge, of course, is the opponent? I mean, do you studied? You broke him down? Does he present anything to you? I mean, I know you believe in yourself. Is there anything he does in there that you're concerned with?
The only thing I'm more concerned about is that he's always going to go ahead and try to go take his time to breathe, to relax. He's a very calculated counter fighter, and we've already seen how I deal with counter fighters. I just explode at him. I mean, how can you counter a missile when it's laser already set sights on you, bombing away? Like you can be a counter fire, but how are you going to counter a nuke?
I like that. I like that. So you win here, as we certainly expect you to do. Rising Tide. I mean, you mentioned Kyoji Horoguchi. I mean, is that the next move? You challenge him, or you're assuming he gets the winner? I mean, that's a great fight, by the way. I'm not assuming anything in that fight, but are you assuming he gets that win, and that's what you want next?
I don't care. Like, I honestly, I'm excited that Bellator is actually bringing in flyweights to give more opportunities for the smaller fighters. Like, shoot, man, like everybody else wants to be a part of that Grand Prix, and they're always like, oh, I don't want to be a 45er. I don't want to go up to 155. And they just finally did it for how long Bellator's been around. They finally did a 35 fucking goddamn tournament. I brought a tear to my eye. Like, I know Zach Bukowski went out there, he won that, and he was still like, yo, I didn't make that much money. I was like, how did it feel to get the $1 million? He goes, what million? I was like, oh, they did you dirty.
Still something, right? It's better than
Yeah, I
nothing.
know. I mean, something to something. You gotta. I'm just excited that the sport's growing now to where people are being more educated, seeing that the lighter fighters are the more athletic ones, the ones that are going to put on the shows, and making sure that if you want to see two people bang it out like it's an anime style, since we are in that that generation where anime nerds and comic book nerds are all striving. We got us weebs all excited about flying around at 125 and even 115. Like one of these days, they'll probably have these straw weights coming in with guys who are going to be moving just as fast or even faster than what I do right now. So,
Yeah, I love it. It's always been one of my favorite weight classes. That thing that, oh, these are little guys. I could beat that guy up. Like, come, A, no, you couldn't. Yeah, it's not. And B, I think you guys put on the most exciting fights. The cardio's there, the dynamic aspect of moving from stand up to ground game. I mean, it's just all there. I think it's a phenomenal division. I'm glad to see it's finally getting some acceptance, I guess, in every organization.
oh, absolutely. Me too. I'm excited about it because of the fact that I can start collecting titles from everywhere else. I mean, Lomachenko was like that dude who kept on coming through everybody. Him, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. They did for World of Boxing, and they consider them to be the greatest fighters. And then when it comes to MMA, they're like, heavyweights.
Yeah, that's true. It's a great point. Well, John, 38 years old, fighting better than ever, as we said. You're staying busier than ever, winning titles. I mean, this was on the line August 11th, BKFC 48. Hopefully, a rising title shots. I mean, what's left? I mean, let's say you get those two belts. I mean, is that enough? You got what you need to do and you're done? Do you see? I mean, you got years left. What do we? I mean, you're fighting better than ever at 38.
Well, I'm going back to the normal weight class that I should have been the king of. And somebody asked me that earlier. Like, literally, one of my students was out there going, hey, what makes you want to continue on fighting? I was like, because I have unfinished business. I sat there, feel like a quitter, abandoning the flyweights when I didn't win a title. And I went to bantamweight, and I just felt I was strong. I was good. I put on the size, but something in my soul knew I needed to go back down to flyweight. win the title, and then I can move up. Like, I want to keep on going up in the rankings and keep going up in the weight classes and just dominate everywhere. But I need to go ahead and finish the one goal I set out already. So I can't preach to my kids saying, "Hey, you guys have to finish what you guys start," if I can't do it myself.
You ever reach out to One Championship and ask them, "Hey, you need a guy over there for Demetrious"?
I did, and I got told no because I don't think they want to see that dude get beat. I mean, scaring John Dodson's always back in action, and especially at 125. I'm a monster. So DJ's not something to worry about. He has a different monster out there with Rotan, and since he just got ahead of his first trilogy fight and won it, kudos to that man. He's still a legend. I think Demetrious Johnson is still the best MMA fighter in the world. Like, hands down, he's number one pound for pound and greatest of all time.
That's awesome. Much respect. Well, John Dodson, you're doing some great things too. Like I said, August 11th, BKFC 48 title is on the line. Maybe an MMA title later this year. We will definitely be watching. Continued success to you, John Dodson, dropping them nukes, and we'll be watching.
Oh, thank you, man. And I can't wait to go ahead and win that title with dropping one of those nukes. Hopefully it's going to be in the first round. But actually, we already know it's going to be in the first round. Everybody keeps on sitting there saying they're going to last longer than a minute, and nobody has just yet.
We'll see. That Tim Mock is coming out August 11th, BKFC 48. We'll see you there, John.
See you there.